most white suburb of Texas you could have lived in. It was called Highland Village. It was right outside of Dallas, and the only black person I knew was my dad. I had never seen a single black person at my school ever. I don't know, it never even crossed my mind, never even thought about it that much, just because everybody around me was just white. And it wasn't until I moved here and I looked back on all the things that my dad did that I realized how much he tried to make it so that I had the best clothes, I had the best shoes, I always had the best equipment before I went to school, because he didn't want people looking down on me because I was a different race, because everybody else was white. And so when I came here, at first I was seeing other black people, it was honestly just kind of crazy to me, because all the only black people were my sisters and then my dad. And so when I first moved here, I did feel like it was a lot more diverse. I met a lot of new people, but yet again, I still found myself in a group of just white friends, white, almost conservative friends that I went to school with and I was friends with for years. I met a lot of these girls in elementary school, and then it didn't really hit me, or I didn't realize all the how they never acknowledged my race, or they would make it a funny thing until last year, and I was I had a revelation. But it was just they just thought it was funny just to be do you eat fried chicken all the time, make jokes about Kool-Aid, typical stereotypical black stuff. It's you're right, like Claire said, it gets old. At first you might think it's funny, but it gets old and it gets offensive, and once you find the root of that, then you understand more. But I remember one specific scenario when I was in Texas. One of my friends who was just a white girl, she told me, she was just my dad had picked me up from school, and then she looked at him and she goes, well, we were just kind of arguing. I was an argumentative child, and I remember exactly what we were arguing about, but her insult to me was, oh, well, your dad's dirty because he's black. And that was the first time I had ever heard somebody say anything negative towards my race, or my father, who I had respected so much, who had such a great person, and for someone just to immediately call him dirty at such a young age. She had to be, you must have been 8 at this time. And the fact that she was programmed to think that at such an early time in her life. This isn't something that, racism isn't something that you just are born and then you're racist. It's something that is taught. And so the fact that her parents were teaching her this, and that my parents were friends with her parents, and that they would carpool us to school together, and that she would look at me and say that to hurt me at such a young, impressionable age, was just very eye-opening to me.